The dark side of prosperity. In the bustling city of Lagos, Nigeria, a young and charismatic pastor named Ademola rose to fame with his powerful sermons and promises of prosperity. His church, the Redeemed Harvest Ministry, grew exponentially, attracting thousands of desperate worshipers seeking blessings and miracles. Behind the scenes, however, Ademola's success was built on a foundation of deceit and bloodlust. He had made a pact with dark forces to sacrifice human lives to fuel his church's growth. The more innocent blood he spilled, the more his congregation multiplied. Ademola's rise to power began when he inherited a small church from a deceased mentor. With a modest following, he struggled to make ends meet, but his ambition burned bright. One fateful night, while poring over ancient tomes in a hidden library, he stumbled upon a dark ritual that promised untold riches and influence. The ritual required a human sacrifice, and Ademola, blinded by his desire for success, agreed. He chose a homeless woman, luring her to his church under the guise of offering food and shelter. The ritual was performed in the dead of night, and as the woman's life was extinguished, Ademola felt an eerie energy coursing through his veins. The next Sunday, Ademola preached with a fervor that mesmerized his congregation. Miracles began to occur. The lame walked, the blind saw, and the bank accounts of his followers swelled. The church grew, and Ademola became a celebrated figure in Lagos's gospel scene. As the bodies piled up, so did the offerings. Congregants, convinced of Ademola's divine anointing, donated lavish sums, expecting a share of the blessings. The pastor indulged in opulence, acquiring mansions, luxury cars, and designer suits. His wife, Neoma, adorned in gold and diamonds, flaunted their wealth on social media, while Ademola proclaimed, "God's blessings are upon us." But the cost of his success was steep. The families of the disappeared began to whisper among themselves, sensing something was amiss. Journalists and bloggers started to investigate, but Ademola's influence and bribery silenced them. One brave soul, a young journalist named Ogechi, refused to back down. She infiltrated the church, gathering evidence of the human sacrifices and Ademola's lavish lifestyle. As she confronted him, he sneered, "You're just jealous of God's favor on my life." That night, Ogechi vanished, and her laptop was found abandoned on the outskirts of town. The police launched an investigation, but Ademola's connections ran deep. The case went cold, and the church continued to thrive. The facade of the Redeemed Harvest Ministry eventually crumbled when a repentant member, haunted by the memories of the atrocities he had witnessed, turned himself in to the authorities. The police raided the church, and Ademola fled, leaving behind a legacy of blood and deceit. As the city trembled with shock, the true extent of Ademola's depravity came to light. His wife, Neoma, was seen fleeing with their children, leaving behind a cryptic message: "The blood of the innocent will haunt this city forever." The Redeemed Harvest Ministry was shut down, its assets seized, and its members scattered, left to pick up the pieces of their shattered faith. The once thriving church was reduced to a mere memory, a cautionary tale of the dangers of ambition and the corrupting influence of power. Ademola's whereabouts remained unknown, but whispers persisted that he continued to preach, his twisted message spreading like wildfire in the darkest corners of the city. The people of Lagos were left to wonder, how many more innocent lives would be sacrificed on the altar of prosperity?